Hey guys, welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to show you where to find land for sale by owner, and also I'm going to even show you how to get maximum discounts on it. All right, in this episode, I'm going to give you several ninja tricks from a total pro land shark. You want to stick around because I'm going to show you how to find land for sale by owner, where to find it, and how to get the absolute best maximum discounts, and even some pro tips on doing it. First thing I want to talk to you about is driving for land. I take a lot of trips across the country in my 37-foot camper with my 3 crazy kids and my 75-pound Great Pyrenees dog, and I'm always looking at land. I'm always like fascinated by how much land there is in the United States. So I call it driving for land. Whenever I'm ready to go into a new market, we just take a trip. You know, we take a trip across the country. Sometimes it's a little stressful because I got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old and a crazy big dog. And luckily my wife's a saint and she kind of, you know, takes care of all of us and makes sure we can do these trips. But I call it driving for land. I see some amazing land. Sometimes I see for sale by owner. Sometimes I see free land, you know, state free land, which these things are crazy. You know, it's all about driving for land and picking up the phone and actually communicating and talking to these land sellers, these land owners. And sometimes you're like, I don't know if the land's for sale, but you can pick an area and then figure it out. And I'm going to talk to you more about how to figure out, you know, how to buy land that's not for sale as well. All right, as promised, first Ninja Pro trick. So when you find that sweet piece of land and you're like, I'm not even sure if this is for sale. I love this area. I love these live oak trees in Florida, or I love these mountains in Utah or Colorado, or I love this desert in Arizona, wherever you're at. And maybe there's not a for sale sign there, but I'm gonna show you a little trick. It's a little app called Land Glide. Land Glide. And Land Glide is $99 for the whole year, but here's what's cool. It's free for 7 days, and you might only need it for 7 days. And maybe you don't wanna pay for the whole year. Maybe you just wanna use it by month. It's like $9.99 a month. So go to Google Play or the Apple App Store and download Land Glide. If you open up this Land Glide, you can literally be standing on the road and walk right onto the land, and it shows you who the owner of this land is, and it gives you like the dimensions of the land. It shows you what it looks like, whether it's a hectagon, octagon, circle, you know, triangle, whatever it is. And you kind of get a really good understanding of what the land looks like, who the owner is, what their mailing address is, and you can go from there. That allows you the ability to send that person a letter, or maybe even skip trace that person and figure out what their phone number is, their email, or, you know, maybe they can't find that phone number for that exact person, but they might have a mother or a father or a sister or brother. You can get their phone number and call and say, hey, I'm looking at this land on State Road 60. It looks like be like 37 acres, just trying to get in touch with the owner, see if he'd consider an offer on this land. So what is skip tracing? You know, it's just a simple term of looking up what the owner's information is. Email, phone number, that's it. And I even give you a link in the description on how to skip trace this land. So maybe you don't want to drive for land. Maybe you can't leave your house. Maybe the price of gas is crazy, or you don't want to, you know, be around people. You know, here's something really cool. You can literally do this from the comfort of your own home, you know, on your phone or your computer. There's an amazing website called landwatch.com. This is where you can literally buy land from owners directly for sale by owner. Landwatch.com is such an amazing asset because you can look anywhere in the country at land for sale. Let's just say you're interested in Apache County, Arizona, and you're looking for 5 acres. You can literally filter this down to Apache County, Arizona with 5 acres of land, and it'll show you everyone on there that's selling land that has 5 acres in Apache County, Arizona. It'll give you their phone number, contact the seller, and some of them even offer owner financing. You know, you can make a simple down payment and a simple monthly payment and buy this piece of land with owner financing on some of this land. There's also another site called land.com. This includes Landwatch, but it also includes Land of America, Land and Farm, and there's several other ones like Landmodo, landcentury.com, and even another cool one that just popped up is landhub.com. So there's so many places that you can go and buy land directly from for sale by owners. So when I was just starting out as a land investor, before I was known as the land shark, I was actually selling a lot of my land on Craigslist. You know, great site. There's actually so many parcels of land available for sale by owners on Craigslist. What's cool about Craigslist is you can go to any city in any county that Craigslist is actually in and search parcels of land. You know, a lot of land sellers for sale by owners don't really use the, land.com sites unless they are professional land sellers. You know, you might be looking directly from just, a regular old for sale by owner, someone that might have inherited the land, or they've got an issue or a challenge. They're just trying to get rid of the land because they can no longer afford the taxes or the upkeep on it. So I recommend Craigslist and checking out the area that you're interested in. And you might have to scroll through quite a bit. There's a lot of land for sale, but you will often find, a diamond in the rough type thing. Just be a little bit, I guess patient is the word I'm looking for. Patient when you're searching those, because sometimes you might not be able to get a hold of this seller very easily. Sometimes it might be several days before they answer their email, but just hang in there. Follow up, follow up, follow up. What does that even mean? Don't be afraid to re-mail them, re-email them, recall them, re-text them, because sometimes they might not get to it right away if this is not their actual business. If they're selling a piece of land for sale by owner, they might have other priorities like kids and grandchildren and dogs, or a farm, or even a job type thing. So just be consistent and be patient and just follow up. All right, this next option is Facebook. A lot of people really like selling land in buy-sell groups. There's land buy-sell groups. There's buy-sell trade groups. You can often find land in these groups. This I feel like takes a little bit more searching than others, but there are landowners that sell their land for sale by owner in these buy-sell trade groups. All right, I promised you in the very beginning, I'm gonna give you some crazy ninja pro tricks. This pro trick is gonna actually get you a massive, massive discount on land. But before I do this, I need something from you. I need you to smash that subscribe button and also comment below and tell me if this is helping you out. Tell me if there's anything you'd like to see, because I'd love to come up with more, videos that actually help you, the actual viewer, on what you're looking for exactly in buying a piece of land for sale by owner, or maybe you're trying to sell your land. It all depends, but I've got so many videos and I want to direct you in the right place. You've now found this piece of land that you want to buy from the owner, or for sale by owner. You've now found the land. I want to give you a script on what to say, how to say it, because I find that most of my students, they can find land for sale by owner, or they found the piece of land that they want to buy, but what do I say? Having confidence and knowing the right words to say will get you a long way. And just practice this, make it your own, internalize it, and then it's yours. I don't recommend reading word by word, because then that gets a little wonky and mechanical. But if you know, the words that you could say, the conversation is going to flow even better. And here's one thing I want you to remember before I give you the script, is be willing to listen and shush up. Just be quiet when you're doing it. So here we go. All right, Mr. Seller, thanks for taking my call. If I could pay all cash, I take care of everything. I take care of all the closing costs. I'm gonna make this the easiest thing you've ever done. What is the least you'd be willing to take for this land? And shush up. Don't say another word. Let them talk. I don't care if it goes for 2 minutes. This is gonna be the most uncomfortable thing you've ever done in your life. And if you're standing in front of the seller, maybe don't put your hands in your mouth like that, but put your hands in your pocket and grab your legs if you have to. But if you're on the phone, mute your phone. Hopefully you're not on FaceTime or anything, but mute your phone and also cover up your mouth. Don't say anything, and don't unmute until it's time for you to respond to what they said. All right, you've waited that 2 minutes, that painful 2 minutes. And sometimes it's not because they're aggravated. Sometimes people just need a minute to think. Sometimes they just gotta figure out what they're gonna do with the money when they get it. So there could be a million things flowing through their mind. You just gotta remember, you might be a fast talker, you might be a fast thinker, but not all of our land sellers are. Maybe they had to talk to their wife first. You never know what it is. That's why I say, shush up, mute your phone, and just be patient. All right, next. So they've given you a number. They gave you something. They told you something. And I want you to sound deflated. Is that the best you can do? And then once again, mute your phone and don't say another word. This one's gonna be even harder. Trust me. This will get you an even bigger discount. I say 9 times out of 10, they'll come down even lower. All right, so they either come down even lower, or they say, that's the best I can do, or they get a little frustrated at this point. They're like, I just gave you a great deal. That's when you say, you pull away now. Imagine a rope and your seller's holding that rope and you try and push it. You can't actually push a rope, but you can pull them, you can pull that rope, and if they're holding onto it, you can pull them towards you. So that's when you want to kind of pull away. Say, great, and ask for permission. Is it okay if I get back to you in about an hour or so? I'm gonna give you a call. I just want to do a little bit of research. Is that okay? Can I call you back at 3 p.m.? Get the permission. This is you pulling away. And that way, if they just gave you a massive discount, if you jump on it right away at that point, they might have seller's remorse. They might feel like, oh my God, I just gave too much money away. Or, oh my gosh, I want that seller to make it feel like you're doing everything you can to buy this piece of land. And that way they're not leaving tons of cash on the table, because you don't want to just jump on it right away. I want you to do your research. I want you to do your due diligence and understand, give that seller something to feel like that. You want them to feel at the end of the day that they won, that they felt good about that transaction, that negotiation, that they got the best. So I want you to just remember that. So pull away, due diligence, your research. It doesn't have to be too long. You can call them back in 30 minutes if that feels better for you, but call them back right at that time. And if they don't answer, call again. All right, so when you call them back, say, hey, Mr. Seller, everything looks good. Or hey, Mr. Seller, what about this? This is when you kind of get your questions answered or ask them for further details. It looks like there might be a well on the land, or it looks like there's no access or whatever. If you find something in your research, you might have to negotiate an even lower price. Or let's just say for this example, for this script, that, hey, Mr. Seller, everything looks good. And that's where you want to get that commitment. Let's just say they gave you a price of $30,000. I want you to repeat what they gave you and say, Mr. Seller, if I could pay $30,000, you'd want to go ahead and move forward with doing this deal. That's where I want you to say. I want you to repeat that. I want you to get their verbal commitment. Mr. Seller, you gave me a price of about $30,000, or Miss Seller, you gave me a price of about $30,000 when we spoke about 30 minutes ago. If I can get it done for that, would you want to move forward with me buying this land? And that's where I want you to hush up again, mute your phone, and get their commitment, because you want them to commit to it. You don't want to kind of just assume, because that could go wrong 30 days from now, or whenever you're closing, 45 days from now. So get that commitment. Mr. Seller, if I could pay what you'd ask for of $30,000, do you want to go ahead and move forward with this transaction? They commit, you move forward, get that thing under contract. All right, so my name is Brent Bowers, as you know, and I've done over 259 land deals. I have over 100 notes paying me every single month on land that I bought for massive, massive discounts and turned around and sold for premium and retail prices. This stuff sells in my sleep now. And as you know, the real estate market is booming. If you're interested in getting started in something like this and building a business for you that serves you, your family, and eventually others, head on over to thelandsharks.com. You can find the link below in the description. You can schedule a call with me or my team. We'll see what your goals are, and if I can help you, I would be honored to coach you.